Good day, gamers. Fortain here, and welcome to episode 17 of Minecraft StoneBlock. Hello, everyone. I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well, as it is time to continue on with some chicken breeding, some chicken raising, and some enchanting. I have been spending a rather large amount of time off camera getting all of the different enchantments that I'm going to need for not everything that I'm enchanting right now, but the vast majority of stuff that I'm enchanting. I've got all of my sword enchantments here. I've got a set of enchantments for a fortune paxel, for a silk touch paxel, a couple sieves. Over here, I've got all the enchantments I need for a full suit of diamond armor. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time just over in my farm area here with the watering can, just constantly watering these essence bushes just to get more and more XP. I've basically been doing it while I've been waiting for chickens to hatch and stuff, so I haven't been just standing over there, but I would set up some chicken eggs to start hatching. I would come over here, water the flowers for a while, right click this a bunch of times to get up to a level 30 enchantment, enchant either a piece of armor or my sword or paxel or a straight book. I think it's safe to say, given the chest of enchantments to eat, that I've done my due diligence when it comes to making sure that I expend an appropriate amount of resources to say that I will have my stuff fully enchanted, as well as making sure that I have every possible enchantment that is legal and available that I want to have on my gear before I start enchanting. There's going to be a few caveats to that, and I will get into that when I actually start enchanting. There's a few enchantments that I'm skipping just because I don't want to worry about that kind of damage. There's a few enchantments that I'm skipping because there's better things that I want to do, or different things that I want to do with those tools and weapons. But like I said, I'll go over that once I actually start enchanting the things. For right now, as we are wont to do, let's go ahead and set up our sets of chickens. We've got 7 chickens that we need to breed up to full triple 10 here. We've got some triple 10 eggs. So we're just going to go ahead and take these chickens. Let's see, we got boop beep, we got clay chicken, we got graphite chicken, we got lead chicken, and leather chicken. We're going to set these triple 10 chickens up to start hatching into triple 10 chickens themselves. The triple 10 eggs into triple 10 chickens. Boop. And a boop. We've got a boop. And a boop. And there we go. All right. First set of eggs in the nests to create some triple 10 chickens. We will drop these chickens off in the dumpage chest. I need to clear this out again, but we'll be doing so shortly. We also need to set up our first set of crossbreeds. Let's see. The first one we're going to be working on is going to be flint and iron, I believe it is. So yes, a flint chicken and an iron chicken will become an aluminum chicken. Yep, right there. So we'll start that off. Oh, but yeah, I've been spending like a good few hours just, doing the process over and over again of enchanting, removing the enchantments, getting to level 30, enchanting, removing the enchantments, and so on, just to get as many things as possible. It definitely takes a while, but I am happy with this method versus simply enchanting an item once and then putting the enchantments that I want on it. It definitely feels more like I've, not to say that I haven't done the work previously. I've enchanted lots and lots of items, but it feels even more so like I've gone through and done all the work to get all the enchantments. So speaking of enchanting, we do need to make two things first. We need to make the Fluid Dictionary Converter, which will transform the Liquid XP that I have into Liquid Essence, which is what the enchantment applicator uses. So we need plastic, some stained glass or just some glass, some buckets, an iron gear, and we're probably going to go with the standard steel casing just because it's easy to make. We definitively have all the materials for it. Let's see. So we're going to need some osmium. We're going to need some iron. We are going to need some glass here. Let's see. Steel casing. Oh, I need steel. A steel casing must use steel. Okay, so we got the steel casing. Now we need some buckets, an iron gear, and plastic, which we still have plenty of plastic left over. Let's make a couple buckets. There we go. And we've got an iron gear like so. Fluid Dictionary Converter. Ta-da! So we're going to set this down. Let's put it right here for the moment. And as you can see, we have fluid here and fluid here. So we want to take, we want to do Liquid XP, and we're going to turn that into Essence. I'm not sure if we need to pipe this in or out, considering there's no, let's see now. Might have to set up, it's on my power. Yep. Get some more power going here. Boop. Thank you. There we go. Actually, I'm going to take this and move it here just so I have room to be able to put fluid pipes on the sides. I very much need to expand center base. But that's okay. I will be doing so fairly soon. So we've got our Liquid XP. I think I can just grab this water tank for right now. Let's see. Yeah, that's empty. Perfect. And then we'll grab a couple fluid pipes. Mechanism. There we go. 2 fluid tanks, or fluid pipes. So most likely, this is going to work pretty easy. We'll simply take the empty tank and we'll put it here. Put the Liquid XP and put it here. Fluid and fluid. Again, we're going from Liquid XP to Essence. All right, I meant to grab my configurator. Grab that real quick. And I can go ahead and put these ores away for right now. Boop, boop. Boop. And boop. All right. Got that done. Now, if we switch this to pull, there we go. And then switch that to pull. Perfect. Oh, it's going nice and fast. Look at that. Yep. We're taking all that Liquid XP and turning it into plenty of essence. Now, essence is going to be used for a few different things. We're going to be using it to enchant with the enchantment applicator. But we're also going to be using it once we create our mob farm. We can use the liquid essence to spawn certain enemies once we have a like the mob capture tool. We can use that to spawn an infinite number of different mobs. If you've seen SebTech way back in the day, you've seen that we've set that up a couple different times. We'd go out to all the different dimensions, use the mob capture tool to get one of each of the different mobs, bring it back to the mob grinder that we had set up, and just make a ton of essence, or kill the mobs, take the XP from that, turn it into essence, and then use that to spawn more mobs. But there we go. Cool. We now have a full tank of essence. We're going to take that, as well as take the empty tank here. Now we need to make the actual enchantment applicator. There it is right here. So more plastic, a bunch of anvils, some iron gears, and once again a steel casing. Easy enough to make. I've got plenty of materials. So once again, we're going to need a fair amount of iron, some steel. We are going to need some more glass. I think we need glass. Yes, we need glass. We need the plastic, and let's go ahead and get started. Enchantment applicator. So, we need osmium. That's right. Just a pinch of osmium. So we got the steel casing. We need 3 anvils. Perfect. We need, what, 2 iron gears? Yes. Boop, boop. Oops, wrong spot. There we go. 2 iron gears. And we now have the enchantment applicator. And our chickens have hatched. Perfect. Let's place this right here for the moment. And we shall go grab our chickens. Get them situated. And we can check on our crossbreed as well. Hello, baby chickens. Come on over. I have to feed you lots of seeds to get you into full adult chickens. Come on over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the last one? Come on. You don't get to run away. Come on now. Everyone gather up. All right. Feed all the baby chickens here. Get that countdown working well. Got that one done. That one done. Okay, we've got 1 big chicken, 2 big chickens, 3 big chickens. Get back here. You don't get to run away. We'll just wait for the beep boop chicken to finish. 2, 1, and done. Perfect. All right. So we'll go ahead and place all these guys in these pens here. And that will start making some 1010 eggs. We already have some 1010 eggs for at least a couple of them, but I want to make sure that I have plenty of 1010 eggs just to be on the safe side. As always, redundancy is somewhat helpful. You never know when something might glitch out and be like, oh crap, I don't have access to this anymore. And yes, we have our first aluminum chicken. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and wait for this crossbreed to finish, and then we'll make our next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and completed. Perfect. Okay. Grab our chickens from here. We have our first aluminum chicken. Aluminium, whichever way you want to say it. Drop these guys off, and we shall grab the next set of chickens for the crossbreed. Okay, flint chicken goes back in, iron chicken goes back in, aluminum in the dump chest. Oh, let's see. The next one that I want to do, even though I did just put the other chicken... Oh, actually, I need to... That's right. I need to take the steel and do the steel egg. And I need to do the water and do a water egg for triple tens. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I'll set up the next crossbreed. Okay, we got steel chicken. Boop. And we got water chicken. Boop. Perfect. Put those chickens into the dumpage chest, and we shall cull them later. Boop, boop. Let's see. What was I saying? The bone white and clay chicken. So I know we have the clay chicken over currently making triple 10 eggs. But I do want to pull it out for a moment and do a crossbreed with it, because with the bone white and clay chicken, we take a look, we can actually get a tin chicken. And I think the clay one, yeah, the clay one's already starting to make triple 10 eggs, so that's perfect. Not a problem at all. It is already set and ready to go then. So bone white, clay, that will make tin. And we'll just let that go for a couple while we work on enchanting. Have a couple slurps of apple juice. So we have the enchantment applicator made. We have it set down. We need to supply it with the item we're enchanting, some essence, and then all of the enchantment books that we've got. We're going to be doing the items one at a time, obviously, just to make sure we don't mess up anything. Now, once again, I have tested this off camera in just a test world to make sure that all of the enchantments that I am putting on are legal. They work with that item. Nothing is nothing that I'm going to be applying to the items are things that can't be combined normally, like protection and blast protection and things like that. They're all going to be, you know, I'm not going to have a sharpness sword, a smite, a sharpness sword with also smite and bane of arthropods on it. So everything is going to be perfectly legal to what it can be. So let's start with a bucket. Let's do 3 buckets of essence. I don't want to put too much in there at one time. We have plenty of power, and we're making more with the fertilizer. Let's grab all the sword enchantments that I have. And like I said, there's a lot. So as far as a sword goes, the only enchantments that I'm not working with is I'm passing on any of the ones that do damage over time right now. So no decay, no withering, no fire aspect, no venom, nothing like that, because I'm not going to be in combat all too often. Once I have the mob grinder set up, I really won't have to fight anything much at all anymore. The mob grinder will do everything for me. But I also don't want to be having to kill stuff through the damage over time effects. Depending on which version of Minecraft you're playing, this version shouldn't have any issues, but I still do keep it in mind. There's been times in the past, depending on the version of Minecraft you're playing, where if an enemy dies to a damage tick of like a damage over time effect, you don't get as much XP or drops from it as you would if you're killing the enemy directly. Again, I'm not sure if that has been fixed and resolved for, you know, this version of Minecraft, for this mod pack, but I just kind of prefer to kill stuff directly versus like bop it, set it on fire, run away, hope it dies. And, you know, I can boop a bunch of enemies, have them die from fire and wither, or I can just swing again and kill them directly. So why worry about the damage over time effect if I'm just going to hit them a second time? It just doesn't add up to more damage. So going through the list, we have Sharpness 5, Beheading, Headhunter 3, Insight, Knockback 2, Leech 4, Life Leech 2, Life Stealing 3, Looting 3, Mending, Reaper 5, Sweeping Edge 3, Vorpal 3, XP Boost 3, and Unbreaking 3. Again, through a bunch of combinations of enchanting books, enchanting swords, over and over and over again, I've gotten every single enchantment that I want to have, that is possible to have, on my sword. So we're just going to do this one at a time. We've got Sharpness. We've got Beheading. We've got Headhunter. And we'll go ahead and put more liquid essence in here. We've got Insight. We've got Knockback 2. We've got Leech 4. We've got Life Leech 2. We've got Life Stealing 3. Fill this back up with essence. We're just doing 3 buckets at a time just because. Don't want to overfill it. We've got Looting 3. We've got Mending. We've got Reaper 5. Man, that Reaper 5. I think basically the strength of the enchantment, the stronger the enchantment, the more essence it takes. We've got Sweeping Edge 3. We've got Vorpal 3. We've got XP Boost 3. And finally, we've got Unbreaking 3. So, that entire very long list of enchantments on a single sword. As you can see, we're not in creative mode. I have not cheated or done anything, you know, anything cheaty to gain access to that. It is simply all the enchantments that I want to put on here. Can I change the name? Yes, I can. This is now our basic sword. I'm calling it a basic sword for the simple reason of I know in this mod pack there are much stronger swords that you can make. You know, we haven't even touched like the Botania stuff with Mana Steel and Terra Steel and Terra Shatterer and all those like super powerful ones. There's definitely stronger swords than just a standard diamond sword. There's also the Draconic Evolution stuff, which I know gets very strong. So we are going to make some truly powerful swords as time goes on as part of this mod pack. But for now, we have ourselves a basic diamond sword. It is enchanted beyond belief, but it's still a basic diamond sword. Go ahead and feed our chickens here real quick, and then we'll check our crossbreeds while I take a little sippy sip of water. Speaking of water, hello water chicken. And steel chicken. Perfect. Okay. Let's check the crossbreed real quick, and then we'll place these where they need to go. Bone white and clay. Okay, so the crossbreed is still going. Haven't gotten the one I want from it yet, but that's okay. Let's see. Graphite chicken. We've got our graphite egg. So we're good to go there. Our 1010 graphite egg. Perfect. Let's see. Next up, we got the boot beep and 1010 boot beep egg. Ba-da-doop. Boot beep and boot beep. We know we got the clay because the clay is being used in a crossbreed right now, so we're good for that. Leather. We've got our 1010 leather egg. And we can grab all that. There we go. And then we've got the lead. And yes, we've got our lead chicken egg. Perfect. All right. Back you go into storage for now. Lead. Perfect. We need some steel, 10 eggs. Go there. And we need some water, 10 eggs. Get those going. Empty out our inventory and continue on. Here we go over to chickens. So we got clay, or excuse me, we got graphite. We've got boop beep. We've got clay, and that's where the clay one is going to go once it's done crossbreeding. We've got leather, and we've got steel is being worked on. There's lead and lead. Okay. Put the ores away. So we're just going to empty out our inventory real quick. Chicken manure. And ores. Okay, perfect. So, sword is done. The next thing that I'm going to want to enchant is going to be my Paxel. I actually need to make a second Paxel because I tend to have one set of tools, pickaxe, axe, and shovel for Silk Touch, and then one for Fortune. I'm honestly probably not going to use the Fortune one very often, but I do still want to have one just in case, because anytime that I'm going to be digging up ores, I'm most likely going to be Silk Touching them in this mod pack anyway, just because I'm going to get more from Silk Touching the ore and then putting it into one of my things that gets me ore duplication. I'm going to get a lot more out of the ore doing that than I would just fortuning it. There's some exceptions to that, but for the most part, I think I'm still going to get the most out of simply Silk Touching it. But I do want to have a Fortune one just in case. Say, in the happenstance that I find something that I'm, yes, I want to Fortune this because ore duplication gets me nothing. So, or gets me nothing extra. So again, going through all the enchantments, efficiency 5, experience boost 3, fortune 3, insight 3, mending, XP boost 3, unbreaking 3. Now I could put certain things like looting and such on this Paxel because it does have it's part axe, and axes can take some of the weapon enchantments, but again, I'm not going to be using this as a weapon. This is a tool. So our first Paxel here, efficiency 5, experience boost 3. Ooh, that took a lot of essence here. That's fine. That's why we have plenty more. We've got fortune 3. We've got insight. We've got mending. We've got XP boost 3. And we've got unbreaking 3. So there we go. Our fully enchanted, or first of 2 fully enchanted diamond Paxels. Now, the other enchantments that I could put on the Paxel and that I'm skipping are things like, let's see, the magnets or magnetic enchantments. I'm passing on those because I do already have the Ring of Magnetization. And there's going to be times where I don't want to be carrying around a magnet tool, because if I'm walking near a machine that spits items out, I don't want to be pulling those items to me. I want the machines to like process them correctly. And I've seen times in the past where having a magnet tool around like a bunch of conveyor belts does not work very well. You pull the items off the conveyor belts and sometimes you don't even realize it. And then you come back and like, why didn't all these things process? Oh, all the items that I was processing on the conveyor belt have disappeared because they got pulled to me. I didn't realize, I couldn't pick them up, and now they're just gone. I'm also not going to worry about any of the auto smelt or smelting. Again, for the ores that I want to get with Silk Touch, I want to bring them back to the base to put them in my ore duplication. I don't want to just smelt them in the field. Same thing with the Smashing enchantment. The Smashing breaks the ore apart into smaller pieces that will get me more ore than simply breaking the ore regularly. Like if I break one iron ore, I get 2 iron dusts, which can each smelt into an iron ingot. Or I can Silk Touch that iron ore, bring it back to base, and I get 5 iron from ore duplication. Makes sense. Doesn't make sense to use the Smashing enchantment. And it also doesn't work with fortune. So things that I can fortune, I don't smash, and vice versa. So just not worth it. Lastly, I'm not putting the excavation on here because if I want to dig more blocks at a time, I'm just going to use like a hammer for 3x3 or a drill by 5 for 5x5. I don't want to. Excavate tends to mine a bunch of extra blocks somewhat randomly versus like in a dedicated pattern. This is always a 3x3 directly in front of me, what have you. Excavation is just like, it's a little random. So I want precision, not just blasting apart a chunk of the base. So this is my basic fortune paxel. Yep. Perfect. Basic fortune paxel. And now we're going to do the same thing with the other paxel for Silk Touch. So we've got efficiency 5, experience boost 3, insight, mending, Silk Touch, XP boost 3, and unbreaking 3. Let's go ahead and get this one enchanted, and we shall be good to go. Let's see, how much essence? We'll put some more essence in here. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. All right. Efficiency 5. Experience boost 3. Insight 3. Mending. Let's add some more essence. Boop. Silk Touch. Oh, does you not have enough essence in there? What? Why are you not? Interesting. I've already tested this. I know this works. Why are you suddenly not going on there? 55, experience boost 3, insight. None of these. Does it take a lot more essence than that? Shouldn't. Didn't before. Yeah, the Silk Touch is not going on there. I'm wondering what the conflicting is. Because obviously you can't have Fortune and Silk Touch on the same item. Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure what is. Let's see. XP boost 3 is fine. And yeah, unbreaking 3. Interesting. Okay. I am not sure. That feels like that's a bug because I've already tested that and the Silk Touch went on there just fine. Will you allow me to put Silk Touch on here like this? No. Huh. Weird. Okay. Well, I still want to have Silk Touch on here. I guess I'm going to have to fix that in post, quote unquote. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to put this one away for right now, and I will see if I can fix it off camera. Again, I made sure to do testing with these before I did all this. Silk Touch is a perfectly invalid enchantment for a Paxel. So I mean, even if we take a look, Silk Touch. Yeah, you got all the different hammers and stuff like that. So, not quite sure, but okay. I will take a look into it, see if I can figure out what's up, and then get back to you. But at the very least, I've got that one mostly enchanted. So, how are we doing here? Still just bone white and clay chickens. Okay, moving on. Boop. And a boop. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. The next thing we are going to enchant is gonna be... let's see. I got that. That is done. That is in progress. Okay. So obviously I'm wearing iron armor right now. I didn't need armor really for anything. I just made a suit of iron armor for some armor. Plus, I wanted to do the advancement suit up. But we are going to make a full suit of diamond armor for cover me in diamonds, and also because it is better protection. So let's go ahead and make ourselves that full suit of diamond armor. Go. So we need a diamond helmet, diamond chest piece, diamond leggings, and diamond boots. And that gets me the advancement, cover me with diamonds. Diamond armor saves lives. Right, perfecto. So we can go ahead and retire our iron armor, put away the remaining diamonds. We'll just put this in here for right now. Later on, we'll be able to recycle it with a couple different machines, or barring that, we can toss it into the ECM machine and get some ECM from it. So either way, it'll be recycled. So we are going to take our first set of enchanted books here. Protection 4, Aqua Affinity, Mending, Respiration 3, and Unbreaking 3. And we're going to enchant the helmets. Now, as far as armor goes, there's a few enchantments that I'm skipping just because I'm not going to worry about it. The first one is Thorns, which I normally, in other times that I play through mod packs, or even just in non-modded vanilla Minecraft that I'm doing enchanting like this, I will tend to put Thorns on armor. But in the same vein of, I don't want the extra, like, damage over time damage to enemies right now. I also don't want to worry too much about, like, an enemy booping me. It takes damage from Thorns and dying. Like, I'm just going to hit it, so I'm not worried about the extra small amount of damage that Thorns will do. So I'm just passing on Thorns. Also, there's certain enchantments like Repellent, which will boop an enemy away from you if it hits you. The higher the enchantment, the farther away they'll get booped. I don't want stuff getting moved outside of mob grinders. I want things to be spawned where I want them to be spawned, and to fight them where I want to fight them. I don't want them like teleporting all over the place. I'm also not worried about things like Unusing or Last Stand. It is going to be incredibly rare that I ever go to even somewhat low health. So having things like Last Stand, where if you get hit and would die, it then takes away from your XP bar to save your life. I'm not going to get to that point, so no sense in worrying about it. Beyond that, there really isn't that many new enchantments on armor in this mod pack. It's just the basics. The only real new one that I'm going to be putting on here is multi-jump, which we've seen in the past, and block reach on the chest piece. So, diamond helmet, protection 4, aqua affinity. Not that we're going to be going swimming much anytime soon. Mending, respiration 3, and unbreaking 3. There we go. We have ourselves a basic diamond helmet. Boop. Again, later on, we are going to be basic helm. Again, later on, we are going to be making like full-on Terra Steel armor and Draconium armor and all that really funky stuff that has like super high a super high armor. So calling the diamond stuff, which is normally the best in vanilla Minecraft, the basic stuff, it's just kind of fun. So diamond chest piece, protection 4, block reach. I reserve the right to remove block reach if it becomes an issue. I've had times in the past where block reach ends up going farther. Block reach goes farther than it's intended to the point where you now start like not getting the correct block when breaking something. It's hard to explain. I've seen it be kind of buggy in the past. I'm gonna give it a try in this mod pack, but I reserve the right to remove block reach if it shows to be buggy. Yep. This is gonna be the basic plate. Yeah, you see how far away I can reach? Like, it's all the way over there. So again, if something feels buggy, if it starts bugging out, I'm gonna remove it. But for right now, I'll give it a try. Next up, we've got the diamond legs. Let's grab the enchantments for that. Really, nothing new for legs. Very few mod packs have like, very new, different enchantments for leggings. So that's why I'm not too worried about it. Well, we do have protection, which is always good. We have mending, and we have unbreaking 3. Go rename these because we can. These are basic pants. There we go. Our basic pants. There are comfy pants. And then last but not least, the boots. Protection, depth strider, feather falling, mending, multi-jump, and unbreaking. Multi-jump honestly isn't probably going to come in to play all too often because like we can make jetpacks right now if I wanted to. I could be flying around my base with a jetpack. I just really don't have much need to because the base is one layer. Later on, if I have like a much larger base and I'm getting tired of going up and down with ladders, then I might switch over to a jetpack. But for right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop. Just flying all over the place. And here we go. We've got our basic boots. Basic boots. Perfect. So now we've got a full suit of diamond armor, fully enchanted, which is nice. We are going to be very protected on the rare occasion where we actually get attacked. Let's check the crossbreeding. We are still only with bone white and clay. Okay. Well, we've got that done. While we're waiting for the next set of crossbreeds, I do have over here in the enchantment some sieve efficiency and sieve fortune. I would like to go ahead and enchant my diamond stiffened mesh with these, just to show off how much faster and more materials I get from that. Let's see. Sieve efficiency. Then, oh, don't have enough. That's all right. Bucket of essence. There we go. Sieve efficiency 5, sieve fortune 3. There is a sieve luck of the sea. I've gotten conflicting reports as to what exactly that means. Some people will say that it like reduces the quote unquote junk things that you can get from sieving. So like less of the lesser quality ores and more of the higher quality ores. I've also seen some people say that it means that you can start getting fish from sieving. I tested it and I didn't see any fish with Luck of the Sea 3. And I don't know if I really noticed any reduction in the number of a lower number of junk stuff and a higher number of good stuff. But I did notice that just looking at the speed of this, he goes pretty dang fast. And as you can see, we're getting a good amount of coal from each of these sievings, as well as we're definitively getting some diamond and some emerald from each one. So I am fine getting, plenty of iron, plenty of aluminum, tin, lead, and stuff like that. If that means I'm also getting some diamond and emerald from each one. I don't want to reduce what I'm getting. I want to increase the amount of what I'm getting. So if Luck of the Sea reduces like the amount of iron to then potentially increase the amount of diamonds, no, I'm just gonna leave that off there, and I just want to get more of everything, which I'm already getting with fortune. As you can see, I got quite a nice amount of stuff just from 18 things of gravel. Yeah, plenty of iron, plenty of lapis, a fair amount of diamond and emerald. So I'm just going to be leaving the sieves as sieve efficiency and sieve fortune. I am going to end up, we've got the diamond mesh. The string mesh is used for gaining certain things. There's some stuff that you can only get in the string mesh. You can't get it in any of the others. So I'm going to save. I'm actually keeping the string mesh, but I will enchant it. And I think with the flint mesh, the same is true. There are certain things that are only gotten in the flint mesh and not any of the other meshes. So again, I will enchant that one as well. But for now, I'm just going to leave them in my box right here. Okay. We have gotten that part done. Let's check the crossbreeding real quick. Nope, just still bone white and clay. We'll wait for this crossbreed to go, and then we'll work on the next thing. But yeah, apologies for Silk Touch being weird. Again, I tested it and it worked. So if I have to manually put it on there, I will, just to get it done. But yeah, kind of weird. Okay. Crossbreed. Nope, you're still bone white and clay. Okay. I'll just let this go for a while then. That is perfectly fine. The next thing that I would like to make is more of just a little... Yeah, it's just a little convenience tool for right now. I want to make the fluid pump, or the electric pump, from Mechanism. That is this right here. It's osmium, steel casing, enriched alloy in a bucket. What it does is it pumps water from water source blocks. I use it to just fill up the water tanks a lot faster, just so I'm not like bucket, 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 112 times to fill up one of the ultimate tanks. So we do need some osmium. We need some steel. We need a little bit of iron for a bucket. We also need some glass for the steel casing, and we need some enriched alloys. Okay. We got the steel casing. We could make a bucket. And then we have the electric pump. Now, the electric pump itself needs to be placed over a water source block. Boop, boop. And boop. There we go. It also does require power. I'm not going to hook it up to power right now. I'm just going to power it with my energized shears because I can. So, boop. Top off the energetic shears. And we shall grab, just grab a little bit of cobblestone just to make this easier. Again, I will be setting this up later on as a full-on, hey, this is supplying water to a ton of stuff, especially all of the garden cloches that I'm going to be making. But for now, this will work fine. And boop, there we go. So yeah, as you can see, it's using power to put water into here. We can put some upgrades in it. Speed, energy, and filter. So I will make the filter. I'm not going to install it right now. What the filter does is it changes the water that it draws up from regular water to heavy water. Heavy water is used for making the fuel for the mechanism reactor, which we're not getting into right now. So later on, I will have one of these set up that will be supplying just heavy water for all that is needed for that. So we're going to need 8 speed and 8 energy. Easy enough to make. Let's head on over. I can put away the cobblestone. So let's see, the speed is osmium dust. So we're going to need plenty of glass. We're going to need osmium dust. Oop. That amount. And we're going to need plenty of enriched alloys. And then I think the energy, the energy is gold, which we have enough gold. Going to grind up these ingots into the powders here at the crushing factory. Perfect. And gold. Thank you. All right. 8 speed and... oh, I need more enriched alloys. That's all right. There we go. 8 energy, 8 speed. Put that away. That away. And we'll grab... we had an empty fluid one. There it is. That one's empty. Perfect. We'll go ahead and install these upgrades here. Again, I will eventually hook all this up to a power system and have like a lot of piping that goes where it needs to go for sending the water through all the different machines that are going to require water. There's not a lot of machines per se that require water, but there are a lot of generators that require a coolant for them. And that's going to be water. It's going to be the quickest and easiest one to make. Some generators, I'm going to be using other coolants to effectively get more power out of them. But for the time being, water's water. It's super quick and easy. There we go. Bam. So yep, we're just going to be using this. And then we can just stick this in here. And yeah, see how fast that fills it up. So all I need to do is just do this. And should you not be outputting? Maybe I need to put it on top. There we go. Yep. So instead of sitting here and going bucket, 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 I'm just do that. And it's now full. Quick and easy. I'm really only using this right now to for the methane digester, but it's still nice to have. It's a little convenience thing, that's all. There we go. Cool. Power's being made. We've got all of our stuff minus the one Paxel enchanted. Let's go check the crossbreed here. We can go ahead and put away the buckets, the configurator. Hopefully we've got our next set of crossbreeds done. Nope, still just bone white and clay. Okay then. Well, I guess let's go ahead and cull some of the chickens that we've got with our brand new basic sword. We can show that off. Oop. Yeah, we're getting an okay amount of drops so far, getting some solidified experience, the specific drops from those types of chickens, and then the raw chicken itself. Not getting a lot of raw chicken in of itself. I've only killed a few chickens and only have gotten 6. But it's not really a big deal. If I need raw chicken, I do have the loot bag. If I do want any of the chicken in specific, I do have access still to the boop. And boop. The ground trap. So that'll get me plenty if needed. Boop, boop, boop. And smack. Hey, I got a shady baguette for a hat. All right. That one had some bunny ears on. Again, I've kind of contemplated doing this off camera. But considering the fact that I can get certain hats by killing stuff, I want to see if I happen to get a hat off of something versus just like, hey, I came back and I currently have like 20 new hats. How did you get those hats? Certainly getting a lot of solidified experience, which is nice. I can use that to make an experience solidifier or a smiley cloud, whatever that does. Let's see. The smiley cloud is a floating cloud, which can be put to life. Oh, okay. It hovers up and down in its place, all jolly and fun. And when right-clicking, you can give it a name. You give it certain special names, like Elpec or Etho will have some special items it carries. Okay. So it's basically just a little companion. Neat. We do have to... Ooh, excuse me. We do eventually have to make the tiny potato, because tiny potato is adorable. Put all this stuff away here in the dumpage chest. We can grab these chickens. And I'll sort through this stuff later. Put it all in the correct places. All right, so with the boop, enchanting basically done, with the exception of fixing the Silk Touch Paxel. I do believe that my next step is going to be expanding center base. I'm definitely reaching the limit here of like what machines that I can have set up in this little tiny area. It's like, yes, I could clean this area up and then have the machines laid out better. But I also definitely know that there is a lot more machines that I want to make. There is a lot of the immersive engineering machines that I want to start getting into. There's more mechanism machines. Hey, towering pillar of hats. There are some other mechanism machines that I want to start making, including getting access to ore tripling and processing some other things. There's also a whole bunch of the different generators that I want to start making. Patient bag. Eventually, it may be valuable. Well, it's a loot bag, so I don't care. It's going to go into the dumpage chest because I don't care about those. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of the different generators that I want to make to be able to continue progressing with that stuff. And I'm really going to only be able to create them and set them up if I have a dedicated area for that. So I do believe what I'll be doing off camera next is digging out the first basement here for center base. Now, my eventual plan is to have 2 to 3 basements. We have this main level here of center base. This will be the crafting area, the storage area, where I have all the farms set up, things like that. This is kind of like the main floor of center base. The first basement will be for power generation. So like all of the different generators, the reactors, anything like that that produces power will go on that floor. The next floor down, or the next basement, will be the power using floor. So all of the different machines, so like the enchantment extractor, all the mechanism machines, all of the immersive engineering multi-block machines, anything like that will go in the second basement. The last floor I will have beyond that is going to be where I have all the mob grinders set up. That's going to be much lower down from where I have the machines set up, just because I do want to keep... Oh, get back here. Get back here, chicken. Chicken. There we go. Just because I do want to have the mob grinders kind of separate from like where all my machines are. Sometimes the mob grinders can make a lot of noise depending on what kind of enemies you're killing in them. And yeah, there's like mufflers that you can craft that will help kind of alleviate the noise. But I do want to kind of keep them separate, especially if I have to build some of the mob grinders. Hey, you got an axe head. Especially if I have to build some of the mob grinders kind of large and intricate, just because of the size of some of the different enemies that you can fight. Plus different ways to have different mobs being... different ways of constructing the mob grinders. I want to make sure I have plenty of room for that too. So yeah, the mob grinders will be on a different floor completely. And that'll be a little farther down. Again, each floor that I build is going to have 8 blocks of solid gap between them. So this is one floor, this is 8 blocks, and then this is another 8 blocks of airspace for that being that floor. And I'll just be continuing that pattern down as I go. Again, we'll just have first basement for power, second basement for machinery, and then much farther down the mob grinders. I don't think I'm going to need many more floors or basements beyond that, to be honest. for the simple reason of I should be able to fit the vast majority of the machines that I want to make on that machinery floor. Same thing with the generators. Still bone, white, and clay. Okay. I know bone, white, and clay can make a tin. It shows it right there. So we gotta wait for these chickens to make the right eggs. How's our aluminum chicken doing? Don't have any 333 aluminum eggs yet. That's all right. We've got plenty of 1010 steel and 1010 water eggs, which is good. But yeah, so I'm going to be, like I said, spending some time just digging out the basement area. I'm going to be using some different blocks for decorating it. This section here, this main floor, is kind of like the tree house level. So that's why I've got the leaf blocks for the roof, the fencing for the walls, and the planks for the floor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these topiary blocks, which is just seeds and dirt, for the roof, to kind of make it look like I'm now digging into the ground. Again, the whole world is made of stone. There is no dirt. I have to craft the dirt. But digging into the ground that is at the base of the tree that center base currently resides in. I'm going to be using the topiary grass here for the roof to make it look like I'm now at the bottom layer of dirt, like the underside of grass block. Because unfortunately in this mod pack, grass blocks only have the green grass on the top. They don't have it all the way around, but that's what the topiary grass is for. For the walls, I'm probably going to use, let's see, I think for the walls, I'm probably going to use this dirt layer. So the walls are going to look nice, kind of like this. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so the walls are going to look like this, where it looks like I'm digging through layers and layers of dirt, and I've just now layered the dirt up along the walls to be the walls. And then I'm probably going to have for the floor, probably, I think I've used this before and I really like it, the reinforced dirt, because it has a nice pattern around the side here like this, but it also effectively works as all one tile. So I just now have the whole floor looking like this, because unfortunately I think the plate, if I remember correctly, the plate is just, yeah, the plate's just separate, and I want it to kind of look like, I kind of want the floor to look like a nice smooth, as smooth of a dirt floor as you can make a dirt floor, but I kind of want it to be nice. And yeah, I'm starting to regret that block breach. As much as I can, I want the floor to be like a nice kind of like smooth look to it. Maybe I'll use like, I don't know, maybe I'll use like the small bricks for the floor, and then just kind of have it look like this. Boop, 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 boop. Like that along the floor. Not quite sure yet. I'm still kind of coming up with it. But yeah, topiary grass for the roof, the layers for the walls, and then something for the floor. And then what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to move. Oop. There we go. Then I'll be able to move all of the machinery downstairs. I'll be able to set up a lot more space for a lot more of the generators, as well as setting up more of these ultimate energy cubes to power the whole thing. I'm not going to dig out both basements just yet. I'm only going to dig out the first basement. I will set up all the power generation in one of the little quadrants, because I'm going to have the same kind of pattern of having it be a 2 chunks by 2 chunks. I'll have like all the power generation here and then all the machinery set up into these three until I then start running out of room for generators or running out of room for machines. And then I'll expand downwards again to the second basement, and that's where all the machines will go. But with that, I do believe that is everything that I wanted to do for this episode. There are a few things here and there that I can still enchant. Like I can enchant my chisel. I can enchant a bow, which I'm going to make a bow at some point. I also kind of want to play around with the revolver from Immersive Engineering. I'll also probably play around with some of the other weapons. Like there's a boomerang, a magic boomerang that you can make. There's the what is it called? There's a rifle that you can make in Immersive Engineering. Oh, what's it called? The name's escaping me at the second. Yeah, the railgun. Excuse me, not a rifle, a railgun. Similar though. You've got the railgun that you can make. I'll play around with them. Again, I'm not going to really need to be like doing a lot of combat because I'm going to have a bunch of mob grinders set up, but I'll still make them to play around with it. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. Let's see. That's fine. We're going to let this last crossbreed go because I don't want them to crossbreed off camera. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on off camera, is just making the next basement. Yep, there's nothing else. Okay, just checking my notes to see if there was anything else I wanted to work on. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a good day and good game. Da 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 da. I'm cutting all the rest of that out, but yay! Tin chicken. Bloop. Tin chicken. There we go. Have a good one.